It's not a tweet. It's a truth. It's a truth, okay?
And a story getting a lot of attention today. CBS News has uncovered new evidence that appears to contradict the official account of what happened in Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell the night he died. Authorities have insisted no one entered his cell at night before he died. Scott MacFarlane.
I know. They keep on saying that he didn't. That. What do you mean that no one entered it? Now they got video of someone going into his room? That's great. That's great. No, I wasn't. I was not quiet about Biden. I hated Joe Biden since I was 9 years old. Thank you so much. I hated Joe Biden since I was 9 years old. Never, never, never grab a woman by the kitty. I thought you supported Donald Trump. Now you don't? I thought you loved him. What's up, Lisa Thompson? What's the good word there? Nice to see you. Don't forget to become a channel member. How come your name ain't green, girl? How come your name ain't green? Get your name green. Democrats hate democracy. They're not in power. What do you mean they hate democracy? You have Donald Trump fix the 2024 election. What do you know? It was rigged. Yeah, you guys remember Arnold Palmer. Thank you. Somebody remembers the Arnold Palmer thing where he pontificated at length about the beauty of Arnold Palmer's schlong. I mean, it's an embarrassment. I've never heard a president get on stage and go on and on and on about a dude's dick. Like, what is going on here? I mean, I knew he liked dick. Donald Trump loves dick. He used to do like lines of coke off of the erections of young men in Studio 54. He was famous for it. He used to hang out with Roy Cohn. Look it up. He hung out with Roy Cohn. He was really good friends. Lots of rumors about what they did together. Lots of sex parties. Lots of gay sex parties. He's got some kind of problem with his rectum. It's like a prolapsed rectum, and it's not good. That's why he has got to wear diapers, because he's gotten it so hard in his butt so long that he's like goatsy. Donald Trump is like goatsy. If you don't know what goatsy is, look it up. Donald Trump is goatsy. Ugh. He's got a prolapsed anus, and he can't keep himself from shitting the bed. Oh my God, poor man. But it's because he's a sex offender. That's why. So anyway.
Has more.
Notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell in the early morning of August 10th, 2019, inside this since-shuttered federal prison in Manhattan. And this was the vow of then Attorney General Bill Barr.
We will get to the bottom of what happened.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. Go back to sleep, America. The boys in blue. We got you.
And there will be accountability.
Epstein's death was quickly ruled a suicide, but a technical failure that left only one working camera near his cell that night has created conspiracy theories about...
I wonder why. Only one working camera. All the other cameras were broken? All of them? That's so weird.
What happened leading up to his death? At the time, the Attorney General said no one entered Epstein's housing tier the night of his death. But there has been scrutiny of a particular moment on the cell block surveillance
Let's
footage.
see. What is that orange artifact right there? What is that, everybody? Is it Donald Trump? Was he the one sneaking in? What is that right there? Who killed Jeffrey Epstein? Could it be Donald Trump? I think it's pretty clearly Donald Trump. I mean, who would have the power to get all of those? I mean, who would have the power during his presidency to do it? To turn off all the cameras and sneak somebody in there to do the deed. Who would have that type of power? I love that orange is the color, too. Because, Donald Trump's, he's orange, He puts that orange makeup on. He loves it. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody sneaking in, man. How's the peeping, Billy? How's the peeping? Tommy. That's how it is. How's the peeping, Tommy? I don't think that person's just visiting Jeffrey Epstein. What do you think, everybody?
Looking flash could be seen at 10:39 p.m. A report from the Justice Department Inspector General notes the flash, quote, it is possible someone is carrying inmate linen or bedding up the stairs. And the final report refers to it as, quote, an unidentified corrections officer. But now, newly released Justice Department documents reveal an initial FBI review of surveillance video on the cell block says the flash could possibly be an inmate.
Weird that the FBI even has this. Now, you might say a conspiracy theory, but the FBI themselves were saying, this looks like somebody killed this mofo. Somebody looks like somebody might have killed good old Jeffrey, Donald Trump's best friend. Somebody might have killed the president's best friend. Who would have done such a thing? Let's not look into this any further. That would be a dumb thing to do. I mean, look at this. It would be one thing if it was just a conspiracy theorist making this shit up, whatever. But the Epstein files have the FBI stuff, man. The FBI reports. They're writing this stuff down saying it looks like something. Oh, no. Looks like it's not good.
And independent video analysts consulted by CBS News say the movement was more consistent with an inmate or someone wearing an orange prison uniform than a corrections officer. And prison employees tell CBS News it would have been highly unusual to move an inmate at 10:39 p.m.
Sure would
Jeffrey
be.
Epstein was found dead at 6:30 a.m. the following morning. And last year, then Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino insisted,
"There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can
Clear as day, says Bongino. Go back to sleep, America. No reason to protest. No reason to worry. We got him. We got him, buddy.
see it."
a separate investigation.
Justice served. Yes, he should have had a trial so that we could have asked him a bunch of questions. Maybe we should have televised the trial, you know? I think that we should televise every trial from now on. Every trial. Fuck them. Let's get it all out there. No more privacy for billionaires. Sorry. If you make over $1 million, if it's a big enough crime, what do you think? Like all white-collar crime should be filmed, I think. Because who wants all the tawdry details of like people knocking over liquor stores? We don't have enough tape for that. But, you know, if you are a white-collar criminal or someone who's into sex trafficking like Donald Trump, we should have footage of this.
Investigation by CBS News raised questions about why and how the prison maintained that crime scene after Epstein died, and why Epstein's body and another object were moved before the FBI arrived. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington.
If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again, ideally with a more favorable Supreme Court.
What in the hell? Okay, hold on a second. Dude, I don't know how old you are, Paul Cruel, but you really act like you must be 12 years old. But you write like you're like 80 years old. I don't know. You're an enigma to me. How old are you, Paul Cruel? I gotta know. Because you either have Alzheimer's or some kind of dementia or amnesia. Because in 2000, I want to say 2005 was when they really started talking about Jeffrey Epstein, when people started doing, it was on TV, people were saying all this shit about it. A lot of the victims were coming forward. It was 2005, 2006. And people were talking about it. And they were trying to put him through trials, and the press was the FBI never really wanted to go to trial. They didn't want to prosecute him, and they never did. They did a prosecution agreement, a non-prosecution, an NPA, after the press, because the victims were going to the press. They were the ones who actually did the investigation and finally pushed the FBI to try to get some kind of justice for these people. But never happened. They got a non-prosecution agreement, and 10 of the co-conspirators would never be prosecuted. One of those one of those 10 co-conspirators, we know how some of them are, like Burnell. We have a couple names on that, but one is Trump. It's got 5 letters in it, but it's just blacked out. You know it's 5 letters, so it's probably Trump. He was on the list. Then they said he turned state's evidence. He snitched on Jeffrey Epstein. That's why they had their falling out. Because Donald Trump was a snitch. He was a co-conspirator, and he snitched on his friend when the heat got too hot. That's all. And that was back in like 2006 to 2009. And we were talking about it, and then it kind of died off. But then the QAnon people were going crazy about it, and they were talking about Pizzagate and all of these code words and all this shit. And what's crazy is that they were right about a lot of it. The Israel connection, they were right about a lot of it. It turns out, though, it wasn't the Democrats eating babies with lizard people for like some chemical in their blood. It was just creepy billionaires. It doesn't matter what party, what color, what religion, just creepy billionaires buying and selling working class children. It's a tale as old as time. It goes back to Caligula. There's always been a creepy cabal of weirdos who operate outside the bounds of the law, but they claim to be the bastions of law and order. You better follow the law. You better be polite. You better mind your P's and Q's, but the billionaires will be over here molesting your daughters and sons. That's the way of the world. Nothing is changing that until you stand up and start asking questions.